In this section today, we're going to take a look at how to name compounds, specifically compounds that form ionic bonds, and what are the steps in order to figure out their charges. Ionic bonding, there are two ways we can go about figuring out the name of the compounds. The first one is we are given a chemical name of the compound, and we have to figure out their symbols. So going from name to symbols, these are the steps. The first step is you match the element name with the charge and the symbol. You crisscross the superscripts to the subscripts. Superscript means exponent, subscript means the one at the bottom. And then the third step is you simplify if necessary. In the last video where we saw ions and their charges, we looked at fixed and variable charged ions and how to assign those charges. So if you still need a refresh on those, feel free to go back to that tutorial to take a look at how fixed and variable charges are assigned for these charged particles. The first example we're going to look at is sodium sulfide. So if we were to figure out the chemical symbol for sodium sulfide when we're given the name, this is what we do. The first step is to match the element name with the element symbols, right? So we know sodium has a symbol of Na, and sulfide is sulfur, has a symbol of S. Sodium is in group 1, so it has a fixed charge of +1. Sulfur is in group 6, so it has a fixed charge of -2. Notice sodium is the metal, sulfur is the nonmetal. Metal is always named first, nonmetal is named second. You then crisscross your superscripts to the subscripts. So the superscripts are the ones on top. So these are the ones that we see up top. These are the -2s and the +1s. We write them a little bit closer together now because they're forming a bond. We crisscross the superscript on top and turn it into a subscript on the bottom. We crisscross that side of the -2 charge down to the bottom. We don't include the negative and the positive signs in the subscripts because it wouldn't make sense to have -2 atoms of sodium. That would not make sense. So here, then we crisscross. After we crisscross, then we can put it together, see if we need to simplify. Seems like 1 and 2 is the simplest form. You can't simplify it down into even smaller whole numbers. So we leave it as Na subscript 2S. And that is the chemical formula. The chemical formula, which is the formula in its symbols for sodium sulfide.